put your hands together for Fanya Mambo Kinuthia, who is a political commentator, and he has traveled all the way from Nairobi to come and Goyombaka, Gijo Kisumu. Uruake, Dakawinji, Uruake, Pokawinjo, Uruake, Umorkode, Bas, nani, karibu sana Fanya Mambo. These are Kisumu people, they're very good. So if you go back to Nairobi, tell them what you've seen, not what you are told that's in tunangoa reli. Hatungoi.
A very good afternoon to you. How are you today? Unajua, nilipofika Kisumu, let me tell you, someone asked me, Fanya Mambo Kinuthia, ithinade. I told him, Adhigiwia. He told me, hey, Idhigiwia. I told him, yes, Adhigidenda te. So I am here in Kisumu. Fanya Mambo Adhigidenda te. Fanya Mambo Adhigidenda te. Sasa mimi kwa wale waelewa hiyo Kifaransa, ninasema nimekuja na ninatembea na mwili yangu yote. And I'm honored and happy to be here to have this conversation with all of us. And it's a very simple conversation. This morning, we traveled in the night. When I got to where we needed to wash our car, we saw a 2024 Prado. And I told my friend with whom we'd come on a gari at 20 million. And the driver came and told me, you are wrong. It is actually 28 million. Now, why am I having these conversations? Because mine is to have a conversation that is different from what we are able to collect every other place. I was telling people on TV the other day, there is a bird called the Hamerkop. Na nikaambua kuna jina yake ya Kijaluo. A small bird that builds a nest the size of a pro box. A very funny bird. Na hata hapa iko near the lake, you know it. And then this bird is funny. It starts collecting rubbish. Mkebe ya joma, mkebe ya koko, mkeke ya inachukua mpaka mwiko. A lot of useless things. Hata ikipatana na an old phone inachukua. It fills its nest with this rubbish. All of it. And then ikiboeka, inaacha hiyo nest, inaachia nyoka wanaishi huko. And the bird goes out there and starts building another nest. Same size. And collecting a lot of funny things. Hata akiua chura, anaonja kidogo, nusu, anaacha hii chura, anaua mwingine, anaonja nusu, anaacha, and then anakula tatu. They are funny. And the Hamerkop dies having built very many houses, very big, that it will never need, and having accumulated a lot of rubbish in its life that it will never need. What is ailing Kenya is not debt. What is ailing Kenya is not bad leadership. What is ailing Kenya is nothing but primitive accumulation of things. When you find yourself, you have a house in Malindi, you have a house in Sugoi, you have a house in Kakamega, you have a house in Nairobi, you have a house in, I don't know, how many beds can you possibly sleep on in one night? You should see the castle that Mobutu Sese Seko built. And you should see what it is today. Upuzi, 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 mtupu. I tell people when you take 1 billion shillings today, 1 billion is 1 and 9 zeros. And you divide that 1 billion by 50 years. You know, 1, 9 zeros, divide by 50. It will give you 20 million shillings per year. If you take 20 million shillings per year, you divide by 365 days, you need about 54,000 shillings. That is what you can spend every day for the next 50 years. So unakuja unachukua 54,000, unaenda unatumia, ukikasirika unarushia anybody near you, hata the birds of the air. Because tomorrow, utaenda uchukue another 54,000. And you can do that for 50 years of your life. So add 50 to what you have. You have 54,000 shillings available every day of your life. Sasa kuna pumbavu imefikisha 60 years old. Na ameiba bilioni 1, 2, 3, 10, 20, 25. Na akona nyumba sijui wapi. Na akona ndege sijui ngapi. Na what are you going to do with this primitive accumulation? You are just a Hamerkop in a human body. Kazi yako ni kuokota things that you will never need in your life, to accumulate them so that you can look important in your village. How does it feel to drive a 28 million Prado on a dusty road somewhere in Kisumu so that people can look at you? I actually think you are stupid. I actually think you are the most stupid thing that ever existed. You are stupid, you are stupid, you are stupid, and after you are stupid, you are so stupid. What are you doing? Where is this primitive accumulation going to take you? The bulk of those people who are stealing from us are not stealing from us so that they can help us. They are stealing from us so that they can acquire things they will never need in their life. A dead man owns 10,000 acres of land, and then what? Inaishi nyoka na sungura mwitu. When shall we eat? Do you know if a monkey collects 20 bananas and it's eating on its own 20 bananas, and the other monkeys are hungry, people will come and ask, don't you think this monkey needs to go to a hospital for us to check why is this monkey eating 20 bananas and the others are hungry? But a human being will have 20 houses, and instead of us checking why he has 20 houses and others are staying in the rain, we start clapping for that idiot who has got 20 houses. And by the way, if they were not occupying public office, we wouldn't ask them. Go and run your private business, have 100 houses, we'll allow you. But you cannot be a civil servant who was employed with nothing and you have 20 houses and we are supposed to clap for you. Ile kitu inamaliza hii Kenya ni primitive accumulation. As I finish, I want us to do this. Tuanze kujiuliza, niko na jirani yangu. Ameemployiwa kwa civil service, ameingia hii serikali kiingia, it's been 3 years. Sasa ako na gari 3 za 20 million, 15 million, 28 million. Tutazipiga picha. Tutazianika kwa mtandao. We will say this is public money because your salary is 200,000, 150,000. Hii pesa hii ndio kitu inamaliza Kenya, hakuna kitu kingine watu wetu. When we stop this primitive accumulation of wealth, this country will be okay. Just have enough. That will take you to where you want to go. Most finally, allow me to say this. As I stand here, I went to a hospital, and this is important. This one must go on record. Hapa Nairobi. Hata sitataja hiyo hospitali leo, but I'll tell you. I was saddened. A public hospital tumekuwa tukitumia inakaa kama hii Jaramogi Odinga. When you go in, unakuta kitu ya kulipa parking. Oh, Kenya, this is important. This is extremely, absolutely important. That I am sick, and I have come to seek for help, and I need to pay for parking in a public land, in a public hospital. That is not the problem. The problem is this. I went ahead because I had taken someone to that hospital, I'd offered to assist. And I paid through M-Pesa. My good friends, ikaniletea jina ya mtu nitataja, jina ya Msomali. So I said, wait a minute. Why am I paying parking in a public hospital to a Kenyan Somali person? Na hata angekuwa Mjaluo ama Mkisii ama Mkikuyu ama Mmeru, ningesema ni Mmeru. Ndio msiseme nachukia wa Somali. Let me tell you what the bigger picture is. That hospital in Nairobi, they are using it as a pilot. This greedy person has done their maths and said, if this hospital can give me 5,000 shillings or 10,000 shillings per month, how many dispensaries, level 2, level 3, level 4 do we have in Kenya? And aweke your parking, multiply. That person will be collecting millions of money from sick people. Now, who is sick? The guy who is going to hospital or the person who is stealing money from people who are sick? We are sick and tired of being sick and tired because these greedy people have taken it too far. And we have to push back for our space, and we have to tell them, this greed, by the way, stops here. I have told them many times, I have risked my life for it, and we will continue to tell them. Iyo ujinga mnajaribu kwa mahospitali. we will start going round and we will start asking as Kenyans, hii pesa ya hii hospitali inaenda kwa nani? Why are we paying you when we are sick? To access parking that is public, that belongs to us. Primitive accumulation, my dear friends, is what is killing this country. Asanteni, may God bless the wonderful people of Kisumu, may God bless the wonderful people of Kenya.